Hi everybody, welcome back to Reading Sisters. It's Naomi, and today I will be reading Junie Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus Part 3, I think? No, it's Part 4, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, I will know, but last time we left off here, because guess what? She forgot my video. So, we're going to start again. Chapter 4. Me and Lucille and some other kids. Some of the other bus kids turned out to be in my class too. One of them was Jim. That Jim I hate. Mrs. made us line up, then we followed her to our room. Its name is Room 9. There were other kids waiting by the door when Mrs. unlocked it. Everyone squeezed in all at once. That Jim stepped on my new shoe. He made a scratch mark on my shiny shoe. The kind of scratch that licking won't fix. Hey, watch it, you dumb Jim, I hollered at him. Mrs. bent down to me. Let's try to use our quiet voice while we're in school, she said. I nodded nicely. I hate Jim, that Jim, I said in my quiet voice. After that, Mrs. clapped her hands together very loudly. I want everyone to find a chair and sit down as fast as you can, she said. That's when I ran to the table with the red chair. Only guess what? There was already someone sitting there, a girl with red fingernails. And so I tapped her and said, I would like to sit there, I think. No, she said, Yeah, only I already picked that chair out, I told her. Ask my mother if you don't believe me. But the girl just shook her head. No. And then Mrs. clapped her loud hands again and said, Please find a seat. And so then I had to quick and sit down in a stupid yellow chair. The same stupid color as the stupid yellow bus. After that, Mrs. walked to a big closet in the back of the room. It's called the supply closet. She got out boxes of new pointed crayons and some white circles. Then she passed them out, and we had to print our names on the circles and pin them out to our fronts. It was our first work. If you need help spelling your name, raise your hand, said Mrs. I raised my hand. I don't need help, I told her. Grandma Miller says I print beautifully. I used red, but then a mistake happened. I made my Junie too big, and there wasn't any room left for my B. And so I had to squish it very tiny at the bottom. I hate this stupid dumb circle, I hollered. Mrs. made the sound and gave me a new one. Thank you, I said nicely. Grandma Miller says I print beautifully. The girl with the little red fingernails was faster than me. She showed me her circle and pointed to her letters. Luciile. That spells Lucille. Or Lucy. I don't know. I like that name of Lucille, I said. 'Cause guess why? Seals are my favorite animal. That's why. Then Mrs. passed out drawing paper, and we drew pictures of our family. Mrs. put a happy face sticker on mine. It was very good, except I made my father too teeny, and my mother's hair looked like sticks. After that, Mrs. took our class on a walk around the school. Everyone had to find a buddy to walk with. My buddy was Lucille. We held hands. The boy I can beat up was right in front of us. His buddy was that Jim. That Jim I hate. The first place we walked to, it's called the Media Center. My mother calls it a library. It's where the books are. And guess what? Books are my favorite thing in the whole world. Hey, there's a jillion of them in here, I hollered, feeling very excited. I think I love this place. The librarian bent down next to me. She said to use my quiet voice. Yeah, only guess what? Right now, I just like the kind of books with pictures, but my mother says when I get big, I'm going to like the kind with just words, and also stewed tomatoes. The boy I can beat up said, Shh, I made a fist at him. Then he turned around. After that, we went to the cafeteria. The cafeteria is where kids eat lunch, except not when you're in kindergarten. I said, it smells yummy in here, just like the biscotti and meatballs. Then that Jim turned around and held his nose. P.U., I smell you, he said. Lucille laughed very hard, and so I stopped holding her hand. The next place we went was to the nurse's office. It's very cute in that place. There are 2 little beds where you can go to lie down, and 2 little blankets that are the color of plaid. Our nurse doesn't look like a nurse. She doesn't wear white clothes and white shoes. Our nurse is just a regular color. Lucille raised her hand. My brother said that last year he came here and you let him take off his shoes and he got a drink of water in just his socks. That Jim turned around again. P.U., I smell your feet, he said to Lucille. This time, Lucille stuck her tongue out her tongue at him. After that, we held hands again. Chapter 5, Principal. After we left the nurse, we went to the main office. That's where the boss of the school lives. His name is Principal. Principal is a baldy. He talked to us. Then Lucille raised her hand. My brother said that last year he had to come down here, and you yelled at him. And now he's not allowed to beat up kids at recess anymore. Principal kind of laughed. Then he held the door for us to leave. After that, we walked to the water fountain, and Mrs. let us get a drink. I didn't get a long one, though, 'cause kids kept tapping on me. Hurry up, girl, they said. Yeah, only guess what? That's not even my name, I told them. Her name is Junie Bumblebee, said Lucy. Then she laughed, but I didn't think it was a very funny joke. After that, Mrs. showed us where the bathrooms were. There's 2 kinds of bathrooms in our school, a boys' kind and a girls' kind. I can't go in the boys' kind, though, 'cause no girls allowed, that's why. I tried to peek my head in there, but Mrs. snapped her fingers at me. The only boy who got to go into the bathroom was the boy I can't beat it up. He was jiggling around very much. Then he started running all over the place, and then he was holding the front of his pants. William, said Mrs., are you having an emergency? Then William yelled, yes, and he ran right in there. The rest of us walked back to our room. I touched Lucille's fingers. She said that her fingernail polish is named Very, Very Berry. I would like to have my fingernails red, I said, but I'm not allowed to have the kind of polish that makes them look shiny. Its name is Clear. Clear is the color of spit. I hate clear, said Lucille. Me too, I told her. And also, I hate yellow, which is the color of the stupid, smelly school bus. Lucille nodded her head. My brother said when you ride home on the bus, kids pour chocolate milk on your head. Then, all of a sudden, my stomach felt very squeezy again. Because I had to ride the bus home, that's why. Why did you have to tell me that for, Lucille? I said, kind of grouchy. After we got back to room 9, we did some more work. It was a game to help us learn each other's names. I learned Lucille and also a girl's named Charlotte and another girl named Grace. Then I learned a boy's name Ham, which we eat at Grandma Miller's. Pretty soon, Mrs. clapped her loud hands together. Okay, everyone, gather up your things. It's almost time for the bell. Then I heard a noise in the parking lot. It was screechy brakes, and so I looked out the window, and I saw the school bus. It was coming to get me. Oh, no, I said, kind of loud. Now I'm going to get chocolate milk poured on my head, and I chewed on my fingers. Get in line, said Mrs. Sorry. When we get outside, I want all of my bus students to come with me. The rest of you must go to the crossing guard. Everyone was lining up. I was the very last one. Just then the bell rang and Mrs. marched out the door. Then everybody else marched out too. Except guess what? I didn't. I'm deciding whether we should read chapter 6. Yeah, it's not that long. Yeah, we can read this. Chapter 6, A Good Hider. When you are the very last one in line, nobody watches you. That's how come nobody saw me when I ducked behind the teacher's desk and hid. I'm a good hider. One time at Grandma Miller's house, I hid under the kitchen sink. Then I made a growling sound and sprung out at her. I'm not allowed to do that anymore. Anyway, I stayed scrunched behind the teacher's desk for a while, and then I saw a better place to hide. It was the big supply closet in the back of the room. And so I ran back there very fast, and I squeezed into the bottom shelf and right on top of the construction paper. Most of me was comfortable, except my head was sort of tight, and my knees were all bent like I do a somersault. Then I pulled the door mostly closed. Don't shut it all the way, though, and I mean it, I said right out loud. I stayed real quiet for lots of minutes. Then I heard in the hall, and some feet came running into the room. Big people's feet, I think. What happened? I heard someone ask. One of my little girls is lost, said a voice. That sounds like Mrs. Her name is Junie B. Jones, and she didn't get on the bus. So now we've got to go out looking for her. Then I heard some key jingles, and the feet went running out again. And then the door shut. I still didn't come out of the closet, though. When you're a good hider, you can't come out for a very long time. I just stayed there all bent up, and I told myself a story. Not an out-loud story. I told it inside my head. It was called The Little Girl Hiding. I made it up, and now this is how it went. Once upon a time, there was a little hiding girl. She was in a secret spot where nobody could find her, except her head was very tight and her brain was squishing out. But she still couldn't come out of her spot, or a smelly yellow monster would get her. And also some meanies with chocolate milk. The end. After that, I rested my eyes. Resting your eyes is what my grandma does when she watches TV after dinner. Then he snores, and Grandma Miller says, "Go to bed, Frank. It's not the same thing as a nap, though." Because naps are for babies, that's why. And anyway, I didn't snore. I just did a little drool. Then finally, my eyes were done resting. They woke up. And so I came out of the closet and ran right to the window. Guess what? There weren't any cars in the parking lot, and no stupid smelly buses either. Whew, that's a relief, I said. A relief is when your stomach doesn't feel squeezy anymore. After that, I went back to the closet, because while I was hiding, I sniffed the smell of clay, that's why. And clay is my very favorite thing in the whole world. Hey, I see it up there, I said. The clay was on the middle shelf. I stood on a chair to get it. It was blue and stiff, and so I had to roll it on the floor to make it soft and warm, and then I rolled into a blue-orange. It was very beautiful, except it had some dirt and hair on it. After I was done, I went to the front of the room and sat down in my teacher's big chair. I like teacher's desks very much. The drawers are so big I could fit in one. I think I opened up the top one. There were happy face stickers and rubber hands and also good gold stars, which I love a very lot. I snuck one on my forehead. Then I found paper clips and red marking pens and new pencils with no points and scissors and travel tissues. And guess what else? Chalk, I said. Brand new chalk that's not even out of its little box yet. Then I stood up on my teacher's chair and clapped my hands together very loud. I want everyone to find a chair and sit down. Today we're going to learn some alphabet and some reading. And also I will teach you how to make a blue orange. But first, everyone has to watch me draw stuff. Then I went on the board and drew with a brand new chalk. I drew a bean and a carrot and some curly hair. Then I wrote some O's. O's are my best letter. After that, I bowed. Thank you very much, I said. Now you may all go out for recess. I smiled, except for not that gym. So we read 3 chapters, I believe. 3 chapters. And here, I believe that's a lot of reading we did. So we made a lot of progress today. This was part 3 of Junie B. Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus with Naomi from Reading Sisters. I hope you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your friends so they can hear the accent story of Junie B. Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus, and maybe by the time they're subscribed, they will also hear Junie B. Jones, a new Junie B. Jones part. So, please like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. I know I've already said it, but it's very important. So please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Bye.